Good morning, world! Today is March 28, 1979. We're reporting live from the Breakdown Studios. This morning, we're bringing you the biggest news from around the world. Today's important news centers around Miss Lucy's What's that? Change of plans! There has been a nuclear meltdown in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, and my co-worker here, Dodgen, is going to give you the live news. Take it away!
I'm here in today in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania with live footage of the plant at 3 Mile Island, which has recently experienced a malfunction in the cooling system and is spewing radioactive gas into the atmosphere. The process that occurs in the plant is a controlled nuclear reaction that makes steam to spin a turbine and generate electricity. This just in. The cause of the potential disaster is the core of the reactor was uncovered while a chemical reaction with water and zeralloy metal tubes gas. The pressure in the reactor building had a sudden rise and showed that hydrogen gathered at the top of the reactor vessel, as well as creating a hydrogen bubble that could potentially explode. Plus, there was molten uranium at the bottom of the reactor, showing signs of the China syndrome, a notion that the molten reactor contents could hypothetically sink through the earth to reach China. Hey! Didn't a movie come out called The China Syndrome? Oh god. So, in order to release the hydrogen and reactive gas buildup in the reactor, some scientists have requested to send in terminal cancer patient because the reactive gas isn't as lethal to them as a healthy human being. What? All children and women having within a 5-mile radius of the 3 Mile a nuclear facility must evacuate now because the radio gas is spewing out at a higher rate.
Thanks, Dodgen, for that unfortunate feedback. It's so sad to hear about what happened in Dauphin County. Anyways, that's all that we have for today, folks. We'll see you guys some other time. Good morning again, world. Today is April 26, 1986, and we're here live in the Breakdown Studios where we give you the breakdown of everything. And today's important news is, what's that? Change of plans! There's been a catastrophic nuclear accident in Pripyat, Ukraine. This accident has caused a lot of reactive debris across of all the central locations in Ukraine. So we're here with Leah to give us the important news. Take it away!
I have live footage of what is the worst nuclear disaster in history. My crew and I, they're in the Pripyat, Ukraine of the USSR, where the Chernobyl nuclear power plant experienced an explosion and a meltdown on their 4th unit. It is said, according to these scientists over there, that it is the only accident in history of the commercial nuclear power where radiation-related fatalities occurred, caused the largest uncontrollable radioactive release into the environment ever recorded for any civilian operation. 2 Chernobyl plant workers have just been reported that they have died, and most probably several more are expected to pass. This disaster was said to have occurred as a result of a flawed reactor design in addition to inadequate trained workers. These workers did not have nearly enough training to control the situation that was at hand. Just in, a very detailed summary. It is estimated that all the neon gas, about half the iodine and the cesium, and at least 5% of the remaining radioactive material in the Chernobyl 4 reactor core, which has about 192 tons of fuel, was released in this accident. It was deposited close by as dust and debris, but the lighter material was carried by wind all over Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, and to an extent over Scandinavia and Europe. There are immediate and gradual effects of this disaster. The population was close enough to receive several grays of the radiation in a short period of time, and is certain to be diagnosed with the acute radiation syndrome. In addition, it may or may not have caused some cancer into certain individuals in the future. However, I'm getting recent reports that have said that scientists are insisting that thyroid cancer should, because there have been a lot of reports now lately, that it should not be a cause of this, but we'll see in the future how it goes. So, not only has it caused problems in human life, but it's also causing problems in the life of the beautiful plants. Radiation stress has now caused changes in the tree growth patterns, in such formation of the witch broom, a condition in which too many shoots form on a burrow. So it's this weird, it's a condition so as a result of the radiation that has just been hit onto the plant life. Moss growing in the pipette is contaminated with cesium and strontium now, all those isotopes. However, no fear, the U.S. investigators have just sent investigators in to check out the radiation levels to see if it has affected us back home because of how widespread and the radioactive gas has spread out. And as a result, we may have some conditions in which it may have caused some intended tension between the U.S. and USSR. So we'll see. But let's pray for these people at Chernobyl. Now, back to you, Isabel.
Dang golly, we might see a chilly war in our future. Well, let's hope we didn't get any of that radioactive stuff here because we already get enough of that from tanning. Dang, already less than a decade, we've already had 2 nuclear accidents. That's rough. Well, on a good note, the 5th NCAA tournament of women's basketball. Texas beat Southern Cal 91-87. Go Texas! That's all we have for today, folks, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good morning, world. We are live on this beautiful day in Breakdown Studios. And do you know what's so special about today? Today marks almost 25 years since our last nuclear spontaneous breaking news report in Chernobyl. Plus, according to our polls, approval rates for the nuclear power plants have increased by so much. Now that's one less riot party that we have to worry about covering.
That is so true. Hopefully we can celebrate it on the day, April 26th. Knock on wood. We are here live to report worldly news. We'll be back after this break.
A few moments later.
Breaking news! Huge Japanese nuclear explosion.
Breaking news! Huge Japanese nuclear Oh, sorry. Oh, you were... Okay.
Caused by tsunami that hit 2 nuclear plants. Isabel has the recent news with live footage on its aftermath.
This is unbelievable. Who knew Mother Nature would do this? A Type 9.0 earthquake followed by an insane tsunami caused disruption between the 2 nuclear plants, first hitting Daiichi and then Daini. The piping facility in the building, the facilities for external power, and the backup power were destroyed. The plants were compromised to 6 separate boiling water reactors. These reactors are a type of light water nuclear reactor that is generally used to generate electrical power. Boiling water reactors tend to use light water or normal water rather than heavy water, which is a form of water that contains a large amount of hydrogen isotope deuterium, 1 proton and 1 neutron. Heat is produced by a nuclear fission in the reactor core, causing the cooled water to heat up, producing steam. This steam is used to drive a turbine, which is then cooled in a condenser and converted back into liquid water. This is similar to the 3 Mile Island reactor, for both reactors are made in the US. 3 of the reactors in the plants were called for a cold shutdown after the earthquake had hit Fukushima. A cold shutdown only occurs when the coolant system is at an atmospheric pressure and temperature below the suggested criteria, which is 75 atmospheres and 285 degrees Celsius. This temperature is low enough that the water cooling the fuel in the light water reactor does not boil, even when the reactor coolant system is depressurized.
Well, Kara, it was bad. I'm getting reports now from Red Cross Japan that they'll be coming in for help. And plus, on our polls on our website, the Japanese nuclear reaction is dropping from 50% to 34% in approval rates. Well, see you next time on Break Time News. Hello everyone, thanks for watching our video. Hope you liked the newscast. Hope you learned something new. We just would like to thank the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the World Nuclear Association, as well as the IRSN, which is a French Radio Protection and Nuclear Safety Institute, for supplying us with this information, as well as New York Times, and Mr. John Green for giving us this idea to do like a little bibliography at the end of the video. But don't worry, Miss Lissy, we have a hard copy that we have either given you or will be giving you right after this video. So, as I said again, thanks for watching, and hope you all have a great day.